Imagine walking into a crowded supermarket and seeing a woman, well-dressed but trembling, being dragged by security for shoplifting. The world around her whispers judgment. People record with their phones, smirking, shaking their heads, ready to label her a thief forever. Now imagine, just when she's about to be handcuffed, an exhausted single dad, a veteran with scars on his soul, steps in. He doesn't know her. He has no reason to help. But something inside him refuses to stay silent. What unfolds next is a story about truth, courage, and the surprising ways life gives us second chances. Michael Torres had the look of a man who had fought wars on the battlefield and within his own heart. Once a proud army sergeant, now he was a struggling single father of a 10-year-old girl named Emma. His wife had passed away from cancer 3 years ago, leaving him with nothing but a daughter to raise, bills piling up, and memories that haunted his nights. Every day was survival. He worked 2 jobs, security guard by night, handyman by day, barely making ends meet. The only thing that kept him going was Emma's smile, her laughter, and her little handwritten notes she tucked into his lunch box. "You're my hero, Daddy." On this particular Saturday, Michael took Emma grocery shopping. She was chattering about needing snacks for her school trip when suddenly chaos erupted near the front of the store. A woman in her early 40s, graceful but visibly shaken, was being cornered by 2 store guards. A pack of diapers and some canned food spilled from her purse onto the floor. The crowd instantly became a jury. Whispers, thief, shameful, looks rich but stealing, phones went up. No one moved forward, except Michael. Something in him stirred. Maybe it was the way the woman's eyes brimmed with silent humiliation, or maybe it was the soldier inside him who had sworn never to stand by injustice. He stepped forward, placing himself between her and the guards. "Hey, slow down," Michael's voice carried authority. "Did anyone even ask her what happened? Did anyone check the cameras?" The guards scoffed. "Sir, step aside. She's shoplifting." The woman shook her head desperately, her voice cracking. "I didn't steal, please, you don't understand." Michael didn't know her, but he saw something in her trembling hands, in the fire of her eyes. Something told him, she wasn't lying. Against the glare of dozens of judging eyes, Michael Torres, the tired veteran, chose to stand tall once again. And that decision would change everything. The police arrived minutes later, and the woman was formally arrested. Michael's blood boiled at the way people treated her, like she was already guilty. Emma tugged on his sleeve. "Daddy, she doesn't look bad, why are they being mean?" That single question from his daughter gave Michael resolve. He followed the squad car to the station. He didn't know why, but he couldn't just let her disappear into the system. Hours later, sitting on a hard bench, Michael finally saw her again, handcuffed, but calm now. The officer on duty whispered something and saluted her. Michael's eyes widened. Saluted. Moments later, the truth hit him like a thunderclap. That shoplifter wasn't a thief at all. She was Captain Sarah Lawson, a decorated police captain, off duty that day. She had been helping a young mother in the store, whose crying baby needed formula and diapers the woman couldn't afford. In a rush, Sarah had carried the items to cover them herself but hadn't realized the cashier never scanned them. By the time she stepped out, alarms went off, and the misunderstanding spiraled. Michael felt anger and admiration collide inside him. He had seen soldiers wrongly accused in war zones, and now here was a woman who had given her life to protect others being humiliated in public. When she was finally released, Sarah approached him. "Why did you stand up for me?" she asked quietly, her eyes searching his. Michael shrugged, though his voice cracked. "Because I know what it feels like, when the world doesn't believe your truth." That night, a strange bond was born, between a weary single dad and a woman who carried authority yet had been stripped of dignity in an instant. Over time, their paths intertwined, Michael's honesty and resilience meeting Sarah's courage and compassion. Together, they faced critics, raised awareness about quick judgments, and began helping struggling families like the young mother Sarah had tried to protect that day. But more than that, Sarah became someone Emma admired, someone who reminded her of the strength her father had nearly forgotten he still possessed. And Michael. For the first time in years, he felt hope stir again in his heart. This isn't just a story about a veteran and a police captain. It's about all of us, how often we judge too quickly, how often we stay silent when someone needs us to stand up. Sometimes, the people we defend become the very ones who help us heal.